Hey GH peeps, what's happening? It's your girl, Twary Babes, coming at you with a late night review for Taco Tuesday, y'all. It is Tuesday, March 12th, 2024. Hope you guys had a good day. I had a pretty good day. Kind of under the weather. It's the sinus mixed with the allergies and then the asthma. I've been using my inhaler so much. That's all I'm going to say, okay? And it's hard when you're seeing patients and you're wearing a mask, because I have to mask because I'm seeing, patients. And so, yeah. But anyway, how was GHing for y'all? Any highs? Any lows? Any, oh my goodness, here he comes. Oh my gosh. I'm going to tell y'all right now. I'm going to mention one highlight because it was the highlight of all highlights. I would have they could have taken away 3 of those storylines today. And I'm probably going to talk, I'm going to talk about the storylines they could have took away. But they could have took away them storylines, saved them from another day, and gave me some more. Jason and Danny. Honey, I was there for that. I was there for that. I was there for that. Because the boys have always been young. You know, Jake's young. Danny young. Just real super young. Now, I think that, yeah, Jake was a little older when, was he with Jake? I don't know. I can't remember when Lulu was, I think it was Danny. It might have been Danny. I can't remember. But those boys were always young when it came to dad. And now they're like teenagers and his dad. So it's going to be interesting, the interaction between Jake and Jason versus Danny and Jason. But I love me some Danny and Jason and just seeing them together. Is it weird? I just want to see Jason be a father to his sons. But anywho, guys, that's my highlight. And I'll probably talk about some other little, smaller little highlights during the show today. And as always, guys, please, please, please list your highlights and your comments and your motivations and your craziness and your issues with, well, not your issues with the show because it's a show, right? But, your ideas, your highlights of today's show. I love reading them. I love the interaction. And if you haven't already liked the channel, hit that like button, peeps. Come on, hit that like button right now. Just go ahead and hit it, because you know you're going to like it. Well, you might not like it, but it's up to you. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscription button, peeps, so you can get my latest videos. And I'm doing a live with Mr. Kyrese this Saturday. I have to verify the time, because I thought I said 2, but then when he was on his show today, it's his birthday, y'all. Happy birthday, Kyrese! Happy birthday, Kyrese, baby! But, it's his birthday today, and we're doing a show this Saturday. And I want to say 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, but I'll have to verify because it'll either be 2 or 3. But I hope to see you guys there. But anyway, enough of the boo-hoo-hooing, because I just spent 3 minutes of time on doing that. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, my goodness. Let's talk about some General Hospital. So we got Sam, and she's visiting her man. And I'm going to tell you right now, Kelly, that's Kelly, right? Let me look. Making sure I got the right person. I want to make sure, It's Kelly, right? And I feel bad that I have to look this up. But Kelly is giving it all. She is giving, honey. She is giving the grieving girlfriend. And it makes me wonder. Yep, it's Kelly Monaco. It makes me wonder, is she gonna, are they gonna end up getting married after all this? What y'all think? Y'all think they're gonna end up getting married? I mean, like, because you remember they just had this conversation about them being fine the way they are. But now with this big old trauma thing, if Dante and her can survive this, all this about to happen and everything after he comes back, which I really don't see them breaking them up, especially after this. Sam is giving it. She's giving it. Come on, Kelly. I got to give you your flowers, girl. You giving it, okay? She's giving the pain of that. But she's contemplating at the same time while she's looking at her man on the freaking hospital bed, off, fighting for his life. Jason's back. Jason's alive. And where has he been? You know what I'm saying? And he shot her man. He could have possibly shot him. Which, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I can't believe how anybody would think Jason would do that, especially if there's another person that you can point the finger on. It is almost mind-numbing to see all these individuals saying, and I'm going to talk about one later, about Jason being the possible person that did it. I'm like, is everybody forgetting about the person who tried to save him? Did nobody hear Jocelyn and Deck's story over and over again about how they came and he already had field-style dressing on him? Field-style dressing, guys. I'm a military medic. That's a field-style dressing. No one's talking about that. No, they're just shooing that out the window, and we're all just going to stick with this nonsense that, oh, it had to be Jason, or there's a possibility of being Jason. And I have a feeling like if Dante was to wake up and he still really wasn't, that maybe Sam would sit down and start thinking some things out, because normally Sam's kind of a critical thinker. And maybe she's right, because she does say this at the end of this scene, how, you know, I wish you were here so we could talk about this and you could help me sort my thoughts out. But if he was there, then, you know, we would know what was going on, period. But you know what I'm saying? I just almost, it baffles the mind, and y'all let me know what y'all think, that everybody's thinking that Jason is the actual shooter when there's two people that were involved. And somebody saved this man's life. Now, yeah, they're subject about what's going on with him, but they should all know Jason has always lived in the underworld, the gray world, the world of Sunny. And so there's got to be a motive around it. And it, like Carly, I would be trusting Jason. I would be one of those on Port Charles trusting Jason, because I just know what kind of life he came from. Spinelli don't even, like, there's no way. There's no way. What is this? This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. So Laura peeps in to check on Dante, and Sam tells her, you know, he's the same, but her world is in pieces. And it is, because she's like, I can't now. First, this man's alive. This man's alive. My man's about to die. This is crazy. You know, not about to die, but you know what I'm saying? And, Sam tells Laura her head is swimming between Jason being alive and where he's been, and the fact that he hasn't any contact. But at the same time, like Lauren had mentioned, they haven't really weren't talking no more, and they have moved past each other, because, you know, Sam says she wanted a more safer life, though she continues to run into danger. But that's another story, and y'all can say, no, she's not, Twerry, but yeah, I don't know. But anyway, and they do bring up the fact of Laura being Dante's ex-mother-in-law. But you know what I'm saying? Shoot, Laura has her respect for Dante, just period. So moving along, let me see, where was I at? So Sam looks so tired, y'all, and Laura tells her she's still in shock, and she just don't want, she won't see things clear till this is all over, because Sam's talking about how her head is swimming. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense. It's just too much coming at her. And right now, there's this pressing issue of somebody that's on a respirator in front of her that she loves. And then somebody that she also loves that's came back and is in this nefarious situation. And I have to agree with Laura. I'm pretty sure if all of that other stuff wasn't happening, her head would not be swimming. Like if Dante was awake, that really would, and as she says it, if you just wake up, you know what I'm saying, it would clear so much stuff up, because he could say, oh, Jason shot me, or Jason didn't, and he know that Dante's not going to say that. Dante's going to agree with everybody else in Port Charles that's not saying that he did it. That's me, Danny, and Carly, that, yeah, he didn't do it. He tried to save my life. But the other guy, I think he shot him, so you can get him for that. Moving along. And I think they're going to let Jason off of that, you know, because he was self-defense. Guy was shot Dante, then was going to kill him, and he shot him. So it was self-defense. So I'm pretty sure when they wrap this up, Jason won't have any charges against him. But moving along, guys, because I keep jumping all over the place. And then Sam brings up the article that was in the Invader about the shooting and the fact that Danny sees it. And she says, now how am I going to deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Danny's thinking that his dad did this to Dante? I got too much. First, the man's alive. My man's in the bed, you know, on a respirator. His son now thinks that his father's in charge of this. I can't handle him. She can't handle him. She's just, you know, I feel for Sam. I do. And she looks tired. She looks tired. You know what I'm saying? She looks tired. So Kelly is playing this role to the T. And Laura tells Sam to allow her love for her children to ground her and to guide her, and that it'll all work it out. And that's all cool and all, Laura. But she can't even deal with that right now. The children, yeah, she's gonna have the love of her boys and Scout. She can't deal with that right now. She can't even, because stuff keeps coming at her. It's just, and now her son, Danny's like, oh my gosh. Oh, Dante gotta hurry up and wake up. That's all I gotta say. Where was I at? But Laura do got a point, though. You know, lean on your family. So finally, Michael, because Laura has to runs off to do, you know, some. Anyway, so Michael finally shows up, guys. He finally drags his sorry butt, and I guess he did. He finally left alone the kids. Why wasn't he there the first day? I don't get that. It's my brother, and I didn't like that, because Michael and Dante's been through a lot of growth as far as their relationship as when they were young. So the fact that wasn't cool. But anyway, so Michael walks up finally to come see his brother, and freaks out a little bit when he doesn't see Sam in the room. He's like, is everything okay? Something changed with Dante? And she's like, no, he says he's still in critical, but, you know, he's critical condition, but stable. You know, he's still in a respirator. And he's like, oh, because, you know, I seen you out here, and I was just, you know, she was like, no, I just, I need to get my thoughts together. And they talk about the Jason thing, and she's like, yeah, that's why I'm out here. She said, it's just too much. I can't think clearly. And I feel her, because she wants to hate the person that did this to Dante. She wants to hate them because she loves this man. I would be torn too. And sitting there and looking at Dante and seeing him in that bed, it's hard, especially since she's going with the thing that Jason did this. It's hard for her to rationalize the two and to look at Dante and not have hatred for Jason in her heart. I'm guessing that's where she's coming with this at. And that's why she's trying to, she's sitting out there just trying to manage and just getting her thoughts together. So Mike apologizes for disturbing her peace. And he's like, look, you just found you some peace. And I'm so sorry. I did not mean to disturb you. You're out here trying to sort your thoughts out. She's like, no. Because she could have called him stepson. But they only had a fling. Him and his father. Him and her man's father. I'm sorry, guys. This is not the time for that. But she tells him to sit down and come join her world. And there's no worries, please. You know, the more the merrier. And she needs all the support she can get. And Mike gives it to her. You know what I'm saying? They discuss the disbelief of Jason's shooting Dante. They don't want to believe it, but still. And I'm like, but still? There's two people. Come on. And I already know Sam's critical thinking is gone right now, because she would be like, well, there's two people. There's no way he would have shot. There's no way he would have shot him. But the seriousness of Dante almost leaving this planet is fogging up all of that. And they want to know what happened to Dante, but they won't know what happens. They won't know what happened till Dante wakes up. Or Jason tells somebody what happened. And I'm like, what is Jason going to tell somebody what's going on? I mean, it must be some pretty bad shit if he has not. I mean, I understand him not telling Danny. Danny's a child. But, Carly, look, you're all in danger. I have to do this to keep everybody out of danger. I'm out. I did not shoot Dante. And something. I mean, like, this whole entire, we know he's got to have a pretty powerful boss. Who was this powerful boss? That Jason Stone Cold is not even mentioning this person's name or trying to handle this person himself. I don't know. We'll have to see. But Mike tells Sam that her and Dante's relationship is so inspiring and it's powerful love. And it's something that somebody, he tells her what she needs. He's like, look, sis, you know, sister-in-law. Mommy and sister-in-law. You and Dante got something powerful, real, and true. You know what I'm saying? It's beyond words. And that's going to get him through, and that's going to get you through. And he's just being the little big brother. And then that's when we see Sam later on in the room, and she's pleading for Dante to wake up and to give her some perspective of all these thoughts that are going through her mind. Because right now, she just wants to kill whoever hurt her baby. her man. And I can't blame her. If this was me, I would be feeling the same way. And I would be so conflicted, especially if this was somebody that I trusted. And I know Sam knows Jason. So that's why it's conflicting for her. If this was anybody else, she would be going for blood herself. I promise. Kelly Monaco ain't no joke. Old school Sam ain't no joke. She would have tried to kill this person. I'm sorry. I'm on Facebook. On YouTube. She would have tried to unalive him himself. So I know this has got to be conflicting for her. Because she's like this. I'm torn. I want to hurt him. And I think they show in the next day preview that she does get to that point. And I'm thinking it's because she's seeing her baby, and he might have another incident where he almost leaves the planet. And if he does that, oh yeah, it's gonna take a minute for Sam to walk that back until she finds out for sure that it wasn't Jason. But we're gonna move along because we have an amazing, hilarious story. And I'm just gonna say Finn has a lot of chemistry with Heather. Not that kind of chemistry, you perverts. But chemistry with Heather. He was actually smiling through half of it. Like he couldn't even keep a straight face. I mean, neither could I. Because Heather was... she's a hot mess. Okay? But they could have shortened that last story. And gave us more Michael and... we could assume that they were talking. But spent more time with Danny and his father. But anyway, so Finn is assigned to be the console for Heather. And Heather tells Amy, she do not like Amy, but Heather is also the mass manipulator. We've soon seen why she doesn't like Amy Cold Hands. It's because she wants Elizabeth in there, trying to get favors, you know what I'm saying? Because she's working it. And she tells she's getting in Amy's behind because she says Amy's watching her suffer. And Heather is happy to see Finn. And Finn tells her, well, it's not a good thing that the infectious disease doctor is coming to see you. And I got to say, that's not a good thing. When they come in, that means bubble. Bubble room, oxygen tent, Ventilators. That is not a good sign. He is right about that. Heather has a weakened heart condition, and that's what caused her to pass out. But unfortunately, the medicine that he's giving her, she's not responding to it. And unfortunately, since Heather is so much of a hot mess, she's not listening to it. Because she's over there moving around and trying to move around the bed, saying she's in pain, saying she wants to see her grandson, which I was like, where the fuck did that come from? She's talking about, well, I know he was in the hospital and he wasn't on no, what'd she say, on no visitor or no, whatever, I forgot what she called it. He was here because something was wrong with him. And I want to see my grandson. I want to know what's going on with him. You want to get information from me? You got to help, you got to help me out. And he's like, I'm trying to save your life, but, I see what I can do, but why don't you help me out first and we can discuss your symptoms? There's just being a hot mess. Up to the time when Laura comes in. I'm not even going to read everything on this one because this is... All I can say is I hadn't seen Mr. Hamilton Finn smile so much during an assessment. But, oh, I want to say this part. Heather says she's watched Grey's Anatomy and been in several mental facilities, so she feels qualified to ask why the infection disease doctor is checking on her ticker. And that's when he tries to tell her, you know, he's there to rule everything out. You know, I'm there to make sure that the cardiologist cleared you. They don't know, other than your weakened heart muscle, they don't know what's going on with all this other stuff, and we've got to figure this out. And she's like, well, then you got to help me out. You know, she starts talking about seeing Ace and all that crazy stuff again. And that's when Laura walks in and she... and, where was I in? Oh, yeah, Laura walks in and say, that won't be necessary. I'm sorry, guys. Yes, I was looking just for that. I was wanting to make sure you know how I am. And Laura closes the curtain and tells Heather that Ace is fine. and that he just had an ear infection. But I was like, when Laura came in the room and Hamilton, you know, Finn walked out, because she's like, I want to have a, you know, top one-on-one with Heather. She closed the curtain. I was like, did that last remark that Heather said to her make, you know, Laura want to... Heather? What you closing the curtain for? To tell her that she's going to San Quentin? You didn't have to close the curtain to tell her she was going to San Quentin. You didn't got to close the curtain for that. When she said that, though, Heather's face was like, what? And Heather's like, well, I see. Because they're going back and forth about Ace. You know what I'm saying? And I love how Heather never calls Kevin by his name. She always calls him Ryan Chamberlain's brother. And she's like, you're not good for my grandson. You got Cyrus and Ryan Chamberlain, brother, around my grandson, the worst of his family. He would be better off with me in Penville. It's like, go ahead on. Now we know where Esme got this idea of Ace being with her in prison. And by the way, why haven't we renamed this baby? If you're going to adopt him, please give him. I hope that's one of the things that Laura does. She puts Ace as the middle name and gives him Nicholas's name, Nicholas Ace Cassadine or something like that. Because come on, take the Ace off, please, guys. Come on. This young man cannot go to college with that name Ace. But then I'll take it back because we have a little girl running around by the name of Scout. Let me stop because I'm being... Oh, and then that's when Laura tells her, you will never. Laura changes real fast, though. You will never, ever, ever, ever get your hands on Ace. Me and Kevin are adopting him. And she's like, you're going to allow him to be adopted by Ryan Chamberlain's brother? And all along they're talking, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, because we're going back and forth about this Ace situation. I'm just having a hard time with, there's no Cassadine on General Hospital. So we're not going to get Nicholas. So Nicholas is a zillionaire. He owns islands. He owns people. Why is he in jail still? What kind of weirdness is this? And you guys seen on the, I don't know if you guys seen, but he got hired to be on the Bold and Beautiful on one of those soaps. I can't remember. There's two new soaps coming out. The Gates, and I can't remember the other name. So I guess they're bringing soaps back. I guess soaps, they're trying to bring it back because they got two coming back. Normally they was leaving them. Now they're bringing them back. So I don't know, guys. It might look good for us in the soap world. But they got supposedly two new, I know for sure the Gates is, but now they're talking about another one. And they're talking about our Adam has already been co-signed to work at this new, well, it's word that he's been co-signed to work for this new soap opera. And I'm like, wait a second, that means we ain't got no Nicholas? Well, they gonna give us Marcus back or somebody? I mean, guys, first we ain't got no Taggart. Word on the street is that Taggart might be showing his face soon. I'd like to hear that. But no Nicholas, no Cassadine. The General Hospital cannot go on without at least one Cassadine. And y'all can fight me on this. I don't care. Even though Valentine has the name of Cassadine, I do not look at him as a Cassadine. If it ain't one of the Starvolves or the Arvolves, or it ain't Spencer, or it ain't Nicholas, then I am, and I don't care about Alexis. She don't even call herself a Cassadine. I need a Cassadine. I need a Cassadine. We need Cassadine back. If they bring back Starvolf and that's the one who's running this, I'm going to laugh, or Starvolf or Arvolf or whatever their names is. You know what I'm talking about. The Gavarkas. I can't think of the names. But they were bad. All of them were. And I loved it. They bring one of them back. Oh, I'll take that over Alcazar. I will. I ain't going to lie. I read them old school Cassadines. Them men's was deadly, honey. I'm definitely down for that. But I didn't got all the way off Richter talking about let's get Nicholas out of jail. Stupid. Anyway, Heather says over her dead body. Laura and Kevin adopt little Ace, and Laura tells her, "Done deal, boo, done deal. Rest easy though. He's in good hands." But you will never see him again. And she walks out, opens the door and leaves it open, walks out like, boom. I was like, dang, okay, Lord. Okay, go get your son out of jail. This is being ridiculous. Anyway, we're going to talk about another story that definitely did not need to be on today, and it could have been saved for never. Just never had. I don't care about none of these people I'm about to talk about right now, but I'm going to talk about it. But I would have preferred to see more Danny and Sonny, Danny and Jason than them. And that is Chris and Molly. And they are at the hospital supporting their big sister. And when they step off the elevator, they run into Blaze. And Blaze is going to talk to her mom. Her mom reached out to her. She did sound a little contrite, but she's going to hear what she's got to say. And Chris is like, do you need me to come with you? And she's like, you know, I got this. You know, it's my mom. I got this, you know. So, oh, and Blaze calls her girlfriend. Of course I'd be here. I'm your girlfriend. And that's when Molly leaves to go find TJ, and that's when they have this, her and Blaze have this whole entire conversation about her going to go see her mommy. But anyway, so Molly comes back, and they talk more about Blaze going to see her mom, and how she met her mom in the bed, and the whole, and the whole messy, assorted happiness of that unhappy meeting the mom situation, which Christina did have a point. You don't want to meet your person's mom while you're in the bed of that person. I'm sorry, you just don't want to meet that mama like that, okay? And Chris starts saying that Molly thinks she's doing too much, and without Molly even actually saying anything. And Molly tells her she didn't say anything. And basically, they just agreed to say, hey, look, as much as I trust you to take care of this baby in your belly, you gotta trust me that I'm not judging, because I'm not. I'm just being your big sister. And I honestly, okay, I know I didn't care for this scene at all. This scene could have not happened point blank, but I guess they had to have it happen for the Blaze and Eva scene to happen. But yeah, as a big sister, I have to tell my sisters that a lot. Because I'm the big sister, like. There's like 10 years, difference between our ages. And so I have to remind them, okay, I'm not judging. Please don't think this is coming from love. And sometimes I won't even say anything until they ask me, because I don't want, you're judging me. I'm not judging you. I'm not. But it's just big sisterish. So I could kind of felt that part. But anyway, we're going to move along because they were boring. And we're going to talk about Bobby's and Blaze and her mom, Eva LaRue. I'm going to call her Eva because that's all I know. Her badass. Me that Kelly's. And that woman took off her coat. I was like, is she 57, y'all? 57, looking flawless up in that mud. Where is Sonny at? Sonny, we got somebody that will get you out of your blues, baby. You need to come up to Bobby's and get you some of that Eva, honey. I bet you. Hey, how much you... Now, wouldn't that be the smack of the schmack if that was the thing that got Sonny to go away? I mean, we don't want Sonny to go away, but Miss Eva said, let's go back to Puerto Rico and have another Blaze. I mean, she fine. She is a beautiful woman. But anyway, they discuss, Mom wants to discuss meal. Blaze wants to discuss the elephant in the room. She doesn't like her mom just sitting there acting like it ain't nothing happened. Come on, we need to talk about this. We need to talk. Guys, why does her mom bring up the Link situation? Why? I'm looking like, oh, so you knew about it and you didn't do anything about it, but you gonna sit here and relate that to why she wants to be with a woman? I don't know enough of that community to say why some of them, if I don't know, I'm not going to sit here and talk about a community, and I'm not going to disparage on a community and say that all of them are gay because they've been traumatized. But at the same time, they could come and say, yes, we were, and I can't fight them because I'm not in that community. But when she brought up the Link thing, I was mad with Blaze. I was like, and this is why I was mad with Blaze. Well, no, I was mad with Blaze for those two reasons. But I was like, for real, so you knew and you weren't there to protecting your daughter, but you getting all She-Ra, ho-ho, beef over her and this girl? But you knew this man was doing this to your baby and you did nothing? You talking about all the traumas he suffered? Because of what he did to you? What? I'm confused. And hopefully they'll explain it more later on that she just found this out too. But it didn't sound like that to me. It didn't sound like she just found it out. You know what I'm saying? And Blaze had to tell her, look, I've been with girls before. And when she said that, I was like, ooh, Blaze, you told Christina that you ain't been with no girls before. And that she was the first one. Or no, she said there were others, but I can't remember. I thought Christina said she was, I could have swore, and I could be wrong, so I'm not going to say I could have swore, but I could have thought that I heard Christina say that I was her first girl. Let me know, guys, what y'all, my mom be playing tricks on me, you know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all heard, but I heard that, and I was like, I don't know about that, Blaze. I thought she was the only one. But anyway, Blaze does tell her, no, this has nothing to do with Link, and I cannot believe you would even associate that with the lifestyle that I'm in right now. I can't believe you would do that. And I was honestly had to agree with Blaze. I'm like, and I was just really upset about the fact that you knew about this Link situation, Mom, for real, and you just was okay with that. I mean, come on, that's just kind of crazy. And then when Blaze got up and walked away, and then Eva's looking this look like, what did just happen? I just wanted to order some hamburger and just talk. I was trying to be supportive because she did. She was like, oh, honey, I heard you. I heard what you said. I heard what you said when you said I wasn't hearing you. I do hear you, babe, and I don't want you to feel like I don't hear you. She was saying all the right things, guys, and then she leads off to the Link thing. She apologizes for her behavior, admits that she was shocked to see a woman in the bed, but she knows what was going on. Why would she sit there and act like that? You know what I'm saying? And like her daughter said, she got gay friends, so why would she act like that? You know, and then she goes into the Link thing. That just pissed me off. It did. I was mad with Blaze. But we're going to move along to Carly's, because this one had me heated. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to stay on notes with this one. I was hot. I was hot as soon as angry, pissy, long-necked Drew knocked on that door. And what made me even more mad is how they had to destroy this man and his character just so that they can get Jason and her back together. That was not necessary. Drew being a pissy, jealous, angry, crazy person. Rest in heaven, Drew, Billy Miller. He was the best Drew. I will admit it. Cameron was more like Ryan Lavery. He couldn't shake that role too much. You know what I'm saying? But this story was doomed from the beginning. So Carly's looking at the article and of Jason and an invader about Jason and Dante. And there's a loud knock on the door. And you guys, I know some people have said I may be just a little heavy on Drew. I just don't like angry guys like that. I could deal with emotions, okay? But certain, I don't know. Some certain things he do, it does trigger me slightly. And that's just me personally. I'm not despairing on the actor. I'm just talking about the character. But he's not, to me, I felt like that was a loud knock. Boom, 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 boom. And she goes to the door. And of course, it's pissy ass Drew. And Carly asks, well, damn, why did you knock? And he's like, well, I didn't want to interrupt in case my brother was in there. And I was like, you right, because he just left. We just had sex on the floor, in the door, on the bathroom floor again, and then in the kitchen on the couch. You old pig-headed man. I'm trying to keep it PG and not keep this a cussing tirade, but I lost it. I lost it on Drew. I lost it. I lost it. Oh my goodness, guys, I lost it. I was like, bro, are you fucking serious? This woman has been through craziness and Dante shooting and all this. And this is how you come into the door? Just beefy? And I feel like they're making Drew break up with Carly, and they're causing him to act like this towards her, because this is unnecessary. I would have, as a man, I would have understood. I'm like, how are you doing? You just found out the person that you love is alive, and he possibly, do you think I don't think he shot him, but do you? It's my brother. Do you think it? I mean, come, tell me what you're thinking. This is crazy. And Carly would have been like, yeah. But Drew did hit some notes, though. And we're going to talk about that, too. So let's keep going. So Drew brings up that he knew Jason would come to her, and he questioned if she was hiding Jason during the time that she was at the Q's. And I went off again. When went off again. I was just like, oh my God, Drew, you pissing me off, bro. I'm trying to hold it in when you are a petty, jealous, insecure motherfucker, okay? Petty and jealous and insecure. What the hell is going on here? Let me keep going. And then he was mad because then you didn't call. Because she was like, no, I didn't. Of course not. I was surprised. And he was like, well, you didn't call. First of all, it happened so all of a sudden. And she tells him that. She tells him everything that happened. She tells him it happened all of a sudden. She comes home, walks up the stairs. There's Jason. He said, and she's freaking out. She's in shock. He said my name. Dante's just been shot. Everything's her and Sonny, her mama just died. It's just so. Carly has lost her husband, her business. Well, she was stupid about that, but she still lost it, guys. Let's just be real. She had cake in her face when she had to eat it in front of her family about the whole entire keeping Willow thing, and she almost lost Willow and Michael behind it and her grandkids. Then she lost her husband. I think she lost her husband before that. You know what I'm saying? I already mentioned that too, didn't I? And then she lost her mama, and before that, Jason. For all of that, Jason. So, just want to be getting kicked in the teeth. And I know there's a lot of Carly haters that be like, yeah, she deserved it. And rah, rah, rah. They all deserve to get kicked in the teeth at times because they all crappy. All of them. All of them is crappy. And remember, they're not real. But, I just didn't appreciate this Drew situation. But I know I can't get mad at the actor, because that's how they're writing him. And it just breaks my heart. Because I used to love me some Drew when he was with Sam. I loved that Drew. That's why I fell in love with Drew. Was when he was with Sam and he just loved his family. Man, Drew can never be happy. That's all I can say. It just breaks my heart they doing. So they just, so what I go? They discussed the shooting. Carly says the police got it wrong. Duh. Drew's questions, how does she know that? I was like, because common sense. First of all, why would I automatically just go right to say it was Jason? If they was reported, and Carly said, no, I'm saying what you just said. You just said, this is Carly's words, you just said there were two people. Obviously the other person shot him. Obviously. Why would Jason do that? And I'm like, Carly the only one in Port Charles thinking out of the box? If there were two suspects, why would you automatically assume Jason was the one who shot him? I know they got to make it juicy, soapy, but at least make it look like Jason shot the man. Make us all doubt it then in that case. Because right now, honestly, I would be with Carly. I would never, ever naturally assume that Jason would shoot Dante, especially to kill. I'm going to keep going. So instead of being jealous, oh, this is my notes. So instead of being jealous, why don't you try to help your brother? Don't you remember the treehouse, fool? You up here trying to throw shade on your brother. Go back to the treehouse at the Quartermains and remember how you and Jason tried to bond. Go help your brother. Figure out what's going on. Find him. Maybe he'll talk to you. I doubt it because you are weak. But who knows? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? He might. She says, yeah, because I know him. And then he says, well, I thought you'd say that. What do you fucking mean you thought she'd say that? I don't know. I know Jason and I know he didn't do that. Come on, Drew. Then why? Carly was tripping because I think she was surprised that she was like, why are you acting like this? Why are you, she even says it, why are you acting, why are you believe he did it? What's wrong with you? Drew is so mad and jealous over Jason that he can't see straight. I'm going to keep it real. Carly says the other guy did it. And Drew says you only see that. You only see that? No, she's not the only one. Me, Spinelli, Maxie, Sonny if he didn't have his head in his ass. And yeah, us. And Michael soon. And pretty sure soon Joss and Dex. And everybody else will know that it wasn't Dante. I mean, that wasn't Jason. Dex don't even know Jason. And he gonna know it wasn't Jason. But anyway, Drew says you're the only one that can see that. So that's a bunch of BS. I just proved that one to be malarkey. So Carly starts questioning why Drew don't believe it. You say you don't know. Oh, I'm just going to skip because this is just going back and forth. Because he keeps saying, well, you didn't talk to him. He didn't mention it, so you don't know what happened. I'm like, you're just an ass. All you have is your feelings for Jason. And when he said, all you have is your feelings for Jason, I was like, there it is. That's what's bothering you. It ain't nothing about what Jason did, Jason shot, Jason who, Jason nothing. You're mad because she has feelings for this man. And then he brings it up. They always come first with each other, and they always will. And Carly tells him that Jason's a friend, and then she says, you know what, that's a lie. He's not a friend. I can't even put into words what Jason means to me. But I love you. I love you. And he's like, yeah, you love me. This is where I had to give Dante, Drew his flowers. Yeah, you love me. You love Jax too. You really, really loved Sonny. But none of them have your heart in your life like Jason. None of them. None of us. None of us. And Drew is telling the truth. Sonny does. She does love Sonny. She loves Sonny. She does. And it was crazy to hear him say that, because he was basically saying that Carly loves Sonny more than he loves him. He's in the room with Jax on the outside. They're in their own little special. Then Sonny's in his bubble. Then Jason. And I had to be saying, yeah, he's not lying. Carly does love Jason. She always has. That is the truth of things. Now, the other way around, that's the sticky situation. A lot of people will sit there and lie to themselves and say, no, Jason's always loved Carly, but that means that they weren't watching history, because he's never felt that way towards her. He did like spanking the monkey with her, but that's about it. And then when she slept with Sonny, that was really about it then. You know what I'm saying? But he even told her, I don't look at you like that. I just can't. I know you love me, but I can't love you the way you deserve. You need to be with somebody that can love you the way you deserve. And unfortunately, that person was Sonny. Moving along. I can't stand Drew, guys. But he was right about that. He was right about that. When Carly says he never failed her, Drew brings up the last 2 years. And I'm like, well, I'm going to say this. As a Jason person, I will say this. There's got to be a reason why. Jason has a reason for everything. He doesn't do anything by accident. There's always. And that's what's pissing me off about Sonny. Because he knows that about his boy. There's always a reason behind everything Jason does. And he loves me. He loves... Now, that's who Jason loves more than Carly. Sonny. Okay? That's who Jason loves. I'm just playing. Well, I don't know. We're going to move along to my favorite story. And the only story to me I felt that mattered. And that was Jason wakes up bleeding in pain at the Q's boathouse. And that's not what I was waiting for, guys. Not that. And Danny walks in and sees his dad. And he was about to turn and do the 360 and call the popos. Oh, I wanted this so bad. And Danny turns to leave, and Jason asks him to wait. Says, I have no right to ask you, but I need your help because I'm in trouble. And I was like, Jason right there recognized that he's been a deadbeat dad. I have no right to ask you this. I have no right to ask you this. But I'm in trouble and I need your help. I mean, he didn't have to say I'm a deadbeat dad and I haven't been in your life at all like that. But and I'm going to tell you why I think this is how he was thinking this. Let me get to it, guys. And I said to myself, well, when Daddy was walking in, he was just surprised that somebody was in there because he was going to vape. How much I want to bet that boy was about to go vape in that boat room? What was he going in the boat room for but to vape? Probably has a vape stash up in there. He got a stash of all kind of flavors and shit. But Danny's like, why? And don't say, because you're my dad. And I don't think Danny wanted to say because you're my dad part, because he just spit it out. Because it was inside of him. He wanted to say it, but he didn't want to say it, if y'all get my drift. Because he was like, why? And don't say, it's because you're my dad. Don't say that. I was like, y'all going to have to help him, you know, manage those kind of high intensity lines, because that would have been a really good one. But he did good. And I like the fact that he did that. And Jason says, because the police are after me, and I didn't do what they say. And then Danny says, you didn't shoot Dante? Jason looked surprised. He was like, no. And I think, and I could be wrong, and y'all let me know, because y'all good at, letting me know on things, because I be glossing over, if I gloss over something, because I get too excited about a story, I just be like, I get caught up in there. Maybe I misheard something. But, I felt like Jason thought that they were coming after him because they think he was after Sonny. And he didn't seem like he didn't care about that too much. I mean, we know he ain't after Sonny. But when he said Dante, he was like, don't y'all fools know I tried to save his life? I mean, no, I couldn't stay there because I'm undercover right now. But I tried to save his life. Y'all think I shot him? His face said that. Because, Jason is the man of less words. But fortunately for him, Taweri is the woman of many. But that's what I read on his face when his son asked him, did he shoot Dante? And he was like, no. What the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? Let me look. And then Danny asked him to swear on something that matters. And Jason said, I swear on your life. And that right there was big to Danny and me. Because we all know when Jason had that accident, his love muscles for a lot of people that were in his past, including the Quartermains, dang near squelched. I think there was only, Emily, Monica, and his mom, and his grandma. He had okay feelings for Ned. He was okay with Ned. It was his cousin, But, yeah, it was not a lot of, like, yeah. It was really mainly Emily, Monica, and his grandma. I could be wrong. Y'all can add another name in there. I don't know. But those are the only ones I can think of. But anyway, and Jason did like Lois. He did like Lois. I remember that. He did like that. He was okay with Ned and Lois. I remember that because that's around the time the accident happened. But anyway, it was nice to see that Danny knew that how his dad's heart is. Like, we all know, other than Carly. Now, that's how they're going to play it. I hope they don't do it like they did the Drew thing, the Scout thing. But Jason loves his sons. Chose to be out their life because it was dangerous life. But he does love his sons. He's just a deadbeat dad because he hasn't been there for him. But I hope this time it changes. But it doesn't like he's there for that. But we'll see. So he gets them the first aid kit. And they talk about Monica might being at the hospital. And Jason while his son is getting the first aid kit, Jason takes his gun out because I guess he's like, well, if anybody else comes in here, I'm going to have to handle myself. And he's probably thinking his son's going to call the police or somebody else. He doesn't know. And because he's surprised to see him come back. And he asked him, so why, were you going to call the police? You thought about calling the police? He's like, yeah. He says, well, why didn't you? He said, because you said you didn't do it. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, just like his mama. That's how Sam was. That was Sam. Daddy right there, that was Sam. Now, that wouldn't, couldn't be no Carly. That's Carly and his mama. But that was Sam when he said, because you said you didn't do it. That's his mom. That boy's so much like his mama. And Jason gives him a half smile and says, thank you. That's when Donnie sees the gun. And this is so strange. I mean, I guess it had to happen, but this was strange to me. And I guess they're just telling which son is going to do what, or what, possibilities for the son's future. But Jason tells him the safety is on, and then shows him where the safety is at. And then tells him if he's ever going to handle a gun, make sure the safety is on. You don't want to accidentally shoot nobody. That's true. Jason asked Danny not to tell his mom about him. Nothing. And Danny asked why not. And Jason says, I can't explain that. I just need you to trust me. And Danny says, I do. And I was like, wow. I could have did the whole... They could have took out half those shows, the Molly and the Christina one for sure, and gave us more Danny and Jason time. I would have been down for that. It was like Danny, it was like his little Sam and Jason, I'm not saying that, guys, let's do a little quick what if. I know it's like 40, it's, dang, I didn't know I was on here this long. What if Jason takes over Sonny's organization and Danny goes to work for his dad? It'd be even crazier if Jake did, because Jake hates guns. But yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how the boys interact with their father. But I'm going to close this one down because this was a super long video and I don't even know why. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. You have an amazing day and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.